Okay, here we are on our part 2 of solving absolute value equations. And you'll notice that this is almost the same as last time, but I've added a new line at the top. Pause the video and take a minute to copy this down. Alright, so we're going to go through these and I'll show you how we've added this one. So when we did the ones yesterday, we always started with this part with the absolute value equal to a number to begin with. But now you'll notice there's something outside the absolute value. And these absolute values work just like as if they were parentheses. I can't do anything inside until I get it completely alone on one side. So step 1 is to get this part here to go over there with our regular algebra. So I'm going to minus 5 and minus 5, and this is our step 1, getting it alone. I bring this down, absolute value 2x plus 5, absolute value equals, these cancel, 8 minus 5 is 3. So that was my step 1. Now my absolute value is all alone. Now I'm going to do step 2. Check that it's equal to a positive. Check. It's equal to a positive. Now write it as two equations. From here out, it's just exactly what we did yesterday. 2x plus 5 equals 3. 2x plus 5 equals negative 3. Now I'm going to solve both of these, minus 5. And like yesterday, I'm going to do both of these at the same time because I'm fancy like that. 5's cancel. 2x equals negative 2. 2x equals negative 8. Divide by 2. X equals negative 1. X equals negative 4. And done. All right, number 2. 3. All right, step 1, get this absolute value part all by itself. So I'm going to minus 2 with step 1. So I have 3x equals, these cancel, 9. Divide by the 3. Absolute value of x equals 3. Now I've got it alone. Check that it's positive. It's positive. Write it as two equations. X equals 3. X equals negative 3. And there's nothing to solve. It's already solved. So, and done. Number 3. All right, step 1, get the absolute value part all alone. So I'm going to minus the 1 for absolute value. These cancel, 4. Divide by 4, because there's a 4 out front. These cancel. And a mistake I sometimes see students make is they're like, oh, well, this cancels. But 4 over 4 is not 0. 4 over 4 is 1. That's why I can cancel it over here. So remember that if you get something like this, it's still 1. Now it's by itself. Now make sure it's positive. It is positive. Now make two equations. X over 2 plus 3 equals 1. X plus 2 plus 3 equals negative 1. Minus 3. Cancel, cancel. X over 2 equals negative 2. X over 2 equals negative 4. And then what did I say about if it's got something on the bottom? Always multiply by what's on the bottom. So I'm going to multiply everything by 2. So here these cancel, and I've got x equals negative 4, and here I get x equals negative 8. Okay, and problem number 4. All right, so step 1 is get the absolute value alone. So even though this is a negative, I'm not on step 2 to check that this is a positive. I have to do step 1 first to get this absolute value part all alone. And notice this is not multiplied times here. Like here it was multiplied times the 4, so I divided, but this is a minus in here. So I have 5 minus this part, so I need to subtract the 5 on both sides. And I have this cancels. And be very careful, I've still got this negative here. So I've got a negative absolute value of x minus 1 equals negative 8. Now I still don't have this absolute value alone. I still have this negative here. How am I going to get rid of a negative? Well, I'm going to divide by -1. So this negative and that negative cancel, and I get absolute value of x minus 1 equals positive 8. Now I can do my check to make sure that it's equal to a positive, and it is now. So now I can write it as my two equations. And now it's super easy. Just add 1. And x equals 9, x equals -7. And done.